Alright. Gonna do a quick ride tonight to see how this action camera works out. Just a local one. Gonna do some stuff off South Mountain Desert Classic. And I want to try and get some longer content since I don't have my podcasting rig quite built up yet. So, we'll see how this thing performs in low light, what all we can do with it. It'll probably be pretty dark by the time I'm out there. I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, we're all kitted up, about to hit this trail up and see how it goes. The footage looks a little high to me, so I ordered some extenders for my GoPro mount, and they're not the right style unless you want it like 6 inches out from your chest, which I don't. And then I forgot to put some tape around the little mount here because it rattles a little, but I shoved some paper in there. So first ride's always crazy. It always takes forever to get this stuff right? Well, let's give it a shot, see what happens. All right, entering the trail here. You know, one of the funniest things researching all this that I've been worried about is one of my favorite YouTubers that mountain bikes, BKXC, talked about how if you sniff, you can hear it all the time. And I saw this again while I was doing my research. And my allergies are so bad, so I'm worried that's going to be a big factor in making these videos. But it is what it is, man. I've had my sinuses lasered out, had all kinds of stuff done, tried every medicine, nothing works. My new doctor wants to scope my nose, so maybe we'll try that. It's been about 30 years since I had my sinus surgery, so they probably have some better tactics and options, but who knows. Okay, this first little part on this route, it's just kind of a boring little grind. Probably cut a chunk of that out unless I get to chatting. I don't know. This channel, I want it to be a bit of storytelling. I'm not the best mountain biker by any means. I've been riding since the very late 80s, 88 or 89. But I've been through a million health struggles. And they put me up and they put me down. But the last few years I've really been down. I had a liver transplant from Wilson's disease. And I tried to get back into riding. I had 2 sweet Vasago hardtails. Shout out to Tom. They were just amazing and I loved to death. But post-transplant, I just could not climb anything. I did gain a lot of weight from all the meds and the fluids and being sick for years without them diagnosing me with Wilson's disease. So there was points where I was putting on like loads and loads and loads of water, where I went to the doctor one week for something and they weighed me, and then I went back 2 or 3 weeks later and I had gained 20 pounds. They couldn't understand why that was. They hospitalized me and couldn't find anything. Never once tested my urine that they were collecting the whole time. They would have seen instantly that my bilirubin and copper was off. But they wouldn't bother to do that. Then I went blind in one eye. A couple, maybe 4 or 5, 6 months after that. My liver gave me cataracts and acute angle glaucoma in one eye. Got misdiagnosed with pink eye. And then sat on that for about half a week, taking the wrong meds. And I finally went to my doctor instead of an urgent care. They freaked out, sent me to an ophthalmologist who worked his butt off to save my eye. Then all the meds were making me sick as I was going through about 7 eye operations. Came in for the final one with pretty high grade fever, 103 I think. And I had no idea I even had a fever. Just felt like it all the time. Just felt like crap every day. So he urged me to go and just force my doctor to do every test possible. They finally checked my urine. My copper and bilirubin through the roof. And then they instantly were like, oh, you probably have Wilson's disease. After a cancer doctor and several other specialists, cardiologists, told me I just had venous reflux. But my platelet levels were so low, they were about to put me on steroids. They were going to do a spinal tap, etc. That was the start of a new journey. Found that out the week of my 43rd birthday. My mother died from Wilson's disease when she was 43. Pretty odd. I'll probably tell this story over and over. Maybe in greater detail. So here we are on an e-bike, just trying to have fun, get some cardio, and do what I used to love and still love and thought I may never do again. The trail's about to get more wild up here. I keep getting stuck on this turn at the top here too, so see what happens. Right there. Damn it. I don't know why I can't make that turn like I used to. I'm riding a really long bike now, so it's a lot different. My turning skills aren't what they used to be on the 22-pound titanium hardtail. All right. All right, let's get into the meat of the ride here. This is some stuff I just started riding again recently. Still having some problems with a couple sections. They're way more, I don't know, like grooved in. Some of the stuff is grooved so deep that it's way above where your pedals sit. It's tight. So it's real easy to catch a pedal on the side of a little fast uphill part, which is scary because you hit a pedal and take you right off the bike real easy. So I'm dealing with a lot of fear, which always was a thing for me. Oh, but here's one of those sections I was just talking about. Plus, I've only been riding at night. It's so damn hot out. Watched a little playback at the top of that climb. There's definitely some beard in there. See if I can crop that out. Hopefully the next ride I can have that mount. I also got a lavalier mic. Supposed to make the audio clearer, but it doesn't work. And the company's support not really the best. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing something wrong or they need to replace it. Boy, I probably would have never even thought about talking with a camera on an analog bike. So I'd be gasping for air. It's still hard for me. It's a real workout, even with the e-bike. But gets me out here once again. I am losing a lot of weight. That'll help in some way. I don't know. It's just now agility. Agility. Who's he? I know there's a little climb coming up that's freaked me out a bit, so I'll either jump off or cut this section out. Oh, another sketchy part. Oh, this is that climb. Yeah. It's so rutted that I know I can get up it, but it's just so oddly chunky, and the little carved out part on the right's about as high as my thigh. So you hit that with a pedal or that, you're toast. All right. See you at the top. All right. Yeah, my cardio is just not come back to me. I've tried all kinds of stuff, swimming, walking, mountain biking obviously, and it's just been rough. So even like getting off the e-bike and walking up that little thing that we just saw gets me out of breath. Pretty wild. Oops. Sorry, anthill. Can't remember if there's another little down up that's been giving me trouble in this section. You'll probably hear my bent brake rotor. I don't know how it's bent. It's brand new. It's been bent. I changed the brakes out to XT. Guy I bought this from put SRAM on it and never even rode it. Don't know why. Yeah, I think the part on the other side of this gives me grief. Oh yeah. It's another thing. I know I can get up, but freaked out right now. Be easier in the daylight, but it's going to be 110 until freaking early October. I'll see you in a minute. I don't know if you can see it in this. There's a massive scorpion in the middle of the trail. Looks like it might have been ran over, but I'm going to attempt to get it to move before I walk by it. I don't know if it showed up on film at all. There was a massive scorpion in the middle of that little thing that I whisked out on and walked up. Thought it was alive, but I rolled my tire up to it and it moved, but the light showed that it had been run over, probably by a bike, obviously. So it was squished a bit in the middle. And I just walked over it, tried to avoid it so it wouldn't sting me because the stinger went up as soon as I rolled my tire and touched it. It's been a very crittery summer this here in Phoenix area, Mesa. Insane amount of rattlesnakes. Lots of people with experiences with them, and I'm not sure why. I haven't heard an explanation as to why there's so many rattlesnakes this year. But in the last month here, this way, I have seen, boy, a bobcat, 2 javelina, a rattlesnake, a million scorpions and tarantulas, which is very normal. See it everywhere. Oh man, the rattlesnakes are freaky. As someone who takes immunosuppressants, I really don't want to get bit by one. I don't have to. This part's been weird. Most of the places I ride are pretty close to the main road where an ambulance could come get me. Hoping I'd have cell coverage. Do have GPS on my watch and my bike, my phone. So if I fell and got knocked out, somebody would find me, which is good because I ride alone 99% of the time. Let's see if I can get up this. Ooh. Whoops. Okay. This is a bit of an extended grind up. To a little section. It's got a tricky kind of climb in it. Not too bad, but very rock filled and rock formation. We used to call it the bench, as there's a rock that looks like a bench. They call it bus stop now, which makes sense. I've been able to get up it except for the very last section has been tripping me up. A couple times I've done it since I was sick. I just need to figure out the line. Which may not happen today. A lot of it's confidence, which I often have none of. Took a rough tip over fall in June. I have some ribs that I broke mountain biking around 2010. My friend Josh peer pressuring me into a trail I wasn't ready for. The king of peer pressure, we call him. And I flipped my bike, busted up my ribs. They seem to have just never fully healed. So I've popped them multiple times since. They always take a few weeks to heal. One time was on tour, playing music, sleeping on floors. That really sucked. Alright. Here comes the little techie climb. Oh, man, I made it up it, but put a foot down right after. Had to go for it on film. I moved a couple feet so I could get up the rest. Man, it bucked me a little, or I would have had it. Let me show you why they call it the bus stop. There it is. Impressive, huh? Alrighty. Up at the top of what will be the turnaround point for this short ride. Here at the bus stop. It's a great view. I've come up here on 4th of July to ride and just watch fireworks. pretty cool. I'll turn the camera around and show you what that's like. Just a cool view of Chandler and Tempe. Really great at night. Pretty awesome. Okay. Lights are a little brighter. Way back's about, I don't know, 80% downhill. It's pretty fun. This little section I'm about to do is my favorite. It's pretty rocky, fast, but not overly tech. So, not as fast as I used to be down it, but I can get a little bit ripping. So, here we go. Alright. A better chunk. See how bouncy this mount gets. I feel like I can feel it move a little bit. That jump will tell us. Oh, I hope that brake rotor is not overly annoying on the audio. It annoys the piss out of me, but a little bit of noise reduction, wind reduction on might blare it out a little. Ooh, I think I just saw some eyes. Never know what it's gonna be out here. I did see once what I believe to be a mountain lion. It's way too big to be a bobcat. Had a deep growl. Another kid was walking in the air at the same time. Told him to go the other way. He did. Ugh. Trying to remember how to work that little drop. Shadows are rough at night. Hopefully, I'll get a little more fast again one of these days. Maybe my videos will be a little more appealing to those that mountain bike, but a lot of people that watch mountain bike videos are looking for the gnarly dudes. That's not me. I'm in it for the journey, the adventure, fun, and to try not to get hurt. All three. Ooh. A little short, sustained climb. Not sure if that was a rattlesnake that crawled up I just went by. A little baby. Might have been a rock. Hard to tell sometimes. Okay. Back down a little. There is something called the GoPro effect, which this isn't a GoPro, it's a DJI Action 5 Pro. But you run the screen ultra wide so you can catch more scenery and your bars. Look out, dude. Whoops. Tends to make technical sections, rocky sections, not look too technical. Tends to make steep sections, climbing and downhill, not look that steep. So this is an intermediate trail, but compared to most intermediate trails, this one has a lot of gnarly stuff, especially if you do 7 miles end to end. I think maybe 8. And people do that whole thing 16 miles. There's a lot of gnarly stuff in it from end to end. I used to take this so fast. 48 now, liver transplant, bad knees, bad back. Still can catch a tiny bit of air. But like that part there probably didn't look like anything. There's 2 very big steps going up it, probably 8 inches high, maybe 10. If you don't pull up, you're not going over it, or you might go over it, your bike might not. Also, my videos during the day will be faster too. You can ride a lot faster when you can see everything that's coming. There's not shadows on everything. A little harder at night. Most people are scared to ride at night. It's getting more popular here. I was scared until, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And I'm not a morning person. I would end up not riding much in the summer. I would hike a lot until I blew my knees out, just because it was easier and faster to get ready to go hiking early in the morning. So if you're out past about 9, boy, it's rough here. So, me not being a morning person, nighttime is my jam. So it opened up a whole new opportunity to not stop, take a 3-month freaking break every summer. Where am I? Oh yeah. Ugh. Whoops. This part. Freaking me out. Oops. I approached that wrong. Alright, got thrown a little off course there. Whoops. Almost went for it, but it's kind of going the wrong direction. I knew I'd catch pedal. Straight shot back to the car. Okay. Gotta make that little turn. I don't know why. It's a little hard for me in both directions. There we go. Sometimes I just psych myself out. Alright. This last section's all downhill, but it's pretty wimpy. Not that exciting, except for some sand. So, same thing. May cut it out. Unless I get chatty. Whoa. Well, the spiders, I always think they're scorpions. I don't remember what they're called, but they walk with their front legs up like a scorpion. I don't know if it's camouflage to freak you out, make you think they're a scorpion. But they freak me out every time I see it. Not that I'm super freaked out by scorpions, but again, I am on immunosuppressants, and God only knows what that venom would do to me. So another thing I've struggled with is I caught COVID last year, 2023, September 2023, a year ago, right around now. Well, it beat me up, and I'd had every vaccine, and they give me antibody treatments, prophylactic, to try and keep me from catching COVID. Oh, somebody else is riding out there. Nice. Man, it beat me up, and I had childhood asthma, pretty bad, but not insane. Mainly because my dad was a smoker, and he would smoke in the car with the windows rolled up on 3-day road trips. And gave me and my mom asthma. Went away when I moved out. My early 20s. It started fading, and I never bought an inhaler again. Caught COVID. Now I buy inhalers regularly. Super awesome. Thankfully I didn't catch it while I was waiting for a transplant, which I had on October 8th of 2020. Right in the thick of it. Like I said, this channel is going to kind of be an open book. People constantly tell me I need to write a book. My friend Danny is always writing books. It's like way too much work. Not even so much, well, yeah, work, I guess, is a good way to describe it, but man, to do all that and then to just even try and get someone to buy a copy, it's like a tough thing this day and age. And he's got amazing stories, and it's funny, does some great books, tells good stories. He gets invited on a lot of podcasts. Just a great guy too. Alright, back of the truck, 7.5 miles. Nothing to most people. To me, it's a journey. My neck's sore, so I always have headbanger's neck. Alright, that was a fun little ride. Good test of, let's see what this thing can do. Might be total crap. Might have rattles. Might have brake rotor noise. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. But I'm really excited to be able to do this, and I'll be able to tell some different stories while I ride. Probably have a different audience when I do these. I don't think my friends that aren't into mountain biking are going to watch, a full ride video just to hear me say stupid stuff, but you never know. For those that are curious, this ride was on the Yeti 160E. Don't know how well it shows up in this light, but that's what we're riding tonight. It was a fun one.